Hello, Kindred Spirits, and welcome to my spiritual oasis. Here, weary souls come to find inner wisdom and peace. Today, we are doing another pick a card reading. We have 3 groups prepared for you. So, Group 1, Group 2, and Group 3. Yeah, so we're going to be doing like root worker messages, messages from your ancestors, kind of digging a bit deeper into that root chakra type of energy for us today. So that is our focus of our message here for you. Pause the video at this point in time if you need a moment to meditate on which group has your message in it. Otherwise, we're going to get right into the reading. Hello, group number 1, and welcome to your root worker reading. We're going to go ahead and flip over our guiding energy. So we have Everlasting Daisy starting off our conversation. Fortitude is the main message here. Being brave and digging deep. Okay. Root work often requires that. That bravery, that, digging deep, because you are going deep. You're going back into childhood situations. You're breaking family curses. You're doing a lot of like really challenging things that it is going to require that bravery. So let's see what our other energy is. The receptive. So the messages that I'm receiving right away with this card is being open to receiving the messages that will come as you start digging into some of the more challenging topics when it comes to root work. We have the groundhog spirit, time to let go. So are you holding on to grudges? Are you holding on to negative energy from your past, your childhood, from how you were raised, how your parents or your guardian raised you? It's time to release that energy, let that go. And I feel like this is so related and connected to our conversation about root work because of the connotation of the groundhog being very earthy. And it's a number 4 energy. 31 reduces down to the number 4. And number 4 is all about like stability, groundedness, assurity, certainty, different things like that. And sometimes when we're rooted in things, even if it's painful, it's difficult to let that go because that's our foundation. And if we release that, what foundation do we have? Well, the answer to that is you are able to, at that point, to build your foundation from the ground up. You're able to lay a strong, solid foundation and not have to deal with the creaking and the cracking and the holy foundation that you inherited through, birth and such. So some relaying, some reestablishing of principles and the ground in which we walk on, the foundation on which we are building. And then we have the joyous. So happiness and delight. So this is really the outcome, like outcome energy is what I'm feeling off of this card. Like this is the energy that shows up when we've met, when we've successfully reformulated our foundation. And it's this emotional fulfillment, like 10 of Cups energy is what I'm feeling. The ability to express yourself freely. You're not, I feel like it's also liberating because you're not forced to identify or live under the pain and restrictions of your past and or of your ancestry. It's good to know where you came from, taking the lessons, taking the love, but you don't have to carry the pain. You don't have to carry the poor decisions. You don't have to carry the limitations forward with you. Okay, so we have our Dr. Grant 10 of Coins and a Son of Knives, and bottom of the deck energy is the 9 of Sticks. Making a mess. Okay. All right, Dr. Grant, Son of Knives. Okay, so this is what I'm feeling. What the energy that's coming off of our spread. So with the 9 of Sticks being the kind of focal energy, or the bottom of the deck energy, is this idea of like having invested a lot of energy and effort into something, family, or even like this, like even investing a lot into the negativity of your family. It's almost like you know that it's not good, you know that it's not healthy, you know that it doesn't bring you light, it doesn't bring you joy or happiness, but you know it. You're familiar with it. And that's kind of what I'm feeling, is like that's kind of just the energy that I'm feeling right now. It's like you're comfortable here yet, and you've invested a lot into the feelings that you have. So they're not as easily as released as one might think they would be. You just feel like you've invested a lot, and it's almost like a moment of pause too, of exhaustion. Like you're kind of taking a moment to like look at what all you've done and all you've invested and how you've expended all of your energy, and you're kind of at a point of like, okay, is this worth it? Is this what I wanted to get out of this? Like there's kind of just a moment of pause as well as you're toiling away. So we have a Son of Knives here. So there's some anger. There's some anger from you or from them. I'm feeling like it's a bit from you. Like you might have confronted somebody in your family and said some things that were heated in the heat of the moment, passionate truth, but presented in a really insensitive way, and like out of anger and rage and frustration with our Son of Knives. The Dr. Grant is telling me that you need a moment. You need a moment away. Like I feel like some of you are on a sojourn with your family to like get down to the root of some things that might have been like hidden secrets and family curses, and having some really hard conversations, or maybe this is coming for some of you. If you're in it now, I feel like Dr. Grant is saying you need a moment. You need a moment of pause. You need to step away from the situation and gain some clarity. Make sure that you're going into the situation as you return, if you're in the midst of it, or if it hasn't happened yet and that is something you're maybe thinking about or considering. Make sure before you approach your family and that you're going in with a clear intent and purpose, and you know what you want to get out of it. Because when you start digging up corpses, you can get lost in things. Just run so deep, and you can get lost in the emotion, you can get lost in the depth, you can get lost in the lies and the deception and the questions and the dead ends that if you don't have a clear end in mind, like simply going in and be like, I want to know my history, like that's too broad. You need to know exactly what you're trying to get out of something. And then as you're experiencing it, determining whether or not you're determining whether or not you're actually going to be able to get what you want out of it, and not going in there setting intentions and then getting upset when things don't quite work out the way you want them to, or your question never ever gets answered. It's hard to remove our emotions or take things from a more logical perspective, but I'm feeling like Queen of Swords energy rather than Son of Swords is knives. Energy is going to be like being a little bit more logical, a little less emotional, and coming in with an intent and a purpose, and really meditating on what that is. Living a little bit open but specific about what you're trying to get out of it, and then analyzing the information that you're receiving, the vibes, the feelings from people, who's being open and honest, who's holding back, all of that, and determining whether or not your end goal is going to be able to be met or not. And trying to stay as neutral as you can, even though, again, it's going to be really challenging because these things are really emotional. Like, root work is so emotional because it's embedded in us. It's the roots, right? It is embedded in us subconsciously or consciously. It's a part of our makeup. It's a part of how we look at life and how our lives have been shaped and formed. So there's going to be a lot of challenge and difficulty here with this. So pause and take moments away if you need to as you're going along on this journey as well. Our 10 of Coins here is really talking about just deep family connectivity, familial connectivity and connection. There is a harmonious and joyous energy with our 10 of Coins, and I feel like this is kind of a message for you to kind of keep in your mind and in your heart as you are making these discoveries. That though there might be some challenging topics that come up that are covered, making sure to, love on your people, even if some of them you have to love from afar, depending on the type of relationship and all of that stuff. But just know that your family is still your family. Even, there's stuff in all families, and making sure to not bastardize your entire experience unless that's your reality. But holding some sort of kind of remembering, if you will, the beautiful things as well, and the connection and the joyous and the harmony, even in the midst of some of the chaos. Okay, and then we have the voice speaking your word. I feel like this is like speaking your truth is the message I'm getting here, the energy that I'm getting off of this card. I also feel like in relationship to the Son of Knives, it's talking about there is a I think it's like acknowledging the power of your voice. And like the Son of Knives doesn't acknowledge, well, the Son of Knives knows the power of the voice, but doesn't acknowledge really the consequences of using your voice in a way that is negative. I feel like this card matched up with the Dr. Grant energy is really talking about being mindful of your words and trying your darndest to stay optimistic and positive, and remember the happiness and the joy and the connection, even when talking through some of these difficult challenges. We also have the equator energy showing up as well. So this idea to make equal. Again, I feel like it's like approaching people with the respect, whoever in your family that you're approaching them with respect. You're approaching them with dignity and honoring them as your, family, as your blood, as someone you care about. And, holding on to the love, if you will. Like holding on to the love, holding on to the revere and the respect, even as you talk through and work through some of the more challenging things. Shungite, detox your life. So I feel like the message here is really talking about, you know, when you're in that Dr. Grant phase, that hermit energy, you're removing yourself from a situation, and it's almost like detoxing yourself, clearing out negative energy, clearing out potential for misinterpretation or misunderstanding, releasing, you know. So the digging that you're doing, the answers that you're looking for, it's not to hold on to these things. It's to release. It's to release this energy, not to hold on to it. And then we have Angel Aura Quartz. So lighten up. It's funny because things keep landing on this side that are like uplifting and positive. So I think it's okay for this to go down here. Okay. All right, so with the Angel Aura Quartz here, this idea of lightening up, this idea of positivity, it really feels like this card as well. The happiness, the joy, the lightening things up. Like, yes, root work can be very heavy, it can be deep, it can be dense, it can be harsh, it can be difficult and challenging, and you'll need to be brave as you dig deep, as you find out these truths in you, and you know, as you lock into these truths, and you're going to learn things about people that you had a certain expectation or understanding of who they were, or at least who they were as a role in your life. And it's going to make you question what you know. And I feel like the message here is, again, this graciousness, this bringing light and joyous energy into the equation, and staying focused on the information, understanding that it's in the past, that it already happened, and if it is something that wasn't the best, then, you know, holding that over somebody's head, or making them, you know, feel bad, or guilting them, or yelling at them, or using your voice to like spread negativity and hurt, might feel good in the moment. But this is, again, this is your family. These are people that, at least some of them, for some of you, will continue to be in your life. And for the most part, for some of you, were really positive influences on your life. You know, there's always going to be stuff in every family. And of course, like, getting this information, you'll be able to make the determination how you respond and interact with the stuff that is drudged up. But just, I feel like this idea of, it's almost like a kindness, like bringing kindness into the conversation, and not feeling like, you know, being mindful of your words, not being offensive, not being judgmental, just taking the facts as they are, and then like moving forward from that. Then we have McQuillar, which is all about power. So taking hold of what you know is yours. Knowledge is power. So gaining knowledge, and also understand that knowledge, yes, knowledge is power, but power, you know, there's a responsibility that goes with that power. So the knowledge that you gain doesn't give you the right to abuse the power. You know, again, with that voice, being mindful of what you're saying to people, and still respecting people, and loving on them, even if what you find out or what is revealed isn't, it doesn't paint them in the best of light. And then we have the Bird of Paradise, which is all about self-acceptance. You are so much more than what you think, than what you know, than what you've been told. And what I see here in this self-acceptance is, you know, your roots. Your roots are a part of who you are. It's a part of what makes you who you are, how you were raised. It helped to shape you. good, bad, or indifferent, right? And all the above. And I feel like accepting yourself completely and wholly is going to yield the most fruitful outcome for you, no matter how this ends, no matter what information you obtain. That's really, to me, what this is all about. This is all about gaining more insight on who you are, not judging other people for their decisions, but figuring out how what does this mean to you? What wisdom can you get from this experience? Again, being very clear about what you're after before, hopefully, and then like using that information then to grow you. You know, at the end of the day, this is meant to be positive experience for you. You're either you're removing blocks in your life. You know, it's setting you free. It's allowing you to release any of the negativity or the, you know, the energy that's been like keeping you from your blessings. That's really why you're there. Not to like judge others and convict them or condemn them or whatever the case may be. Again, root work is difficult, it's challenging. The circumstances and situations vary so widely. Keep an open heart, keep a open mind, keep a big heart. Go in with grace for yourself and for anybody else involved. Group number 1, these are the messages that are channeled for you. I certainly hope this was helpful for you, enlightening, encouraging for you. If it was, make sure to drop a comment down below. Let me know what resonated. Click like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're not already a part of the Kindred family. Would love to have you. So, my darling, again, these are your messages, and I hope that they helped you out, and I'll see you in an upcoming reading. Bye. Hello, group number 2, and welcome to your reading. So we're doing root work messages today. We're gonna go ahead and flip over our guiding energy for you. Belladonna is our guiding keyword today. Silence. Listen more and be quiet. Ooh. Well, it says and quiet be. So be quiet. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory. Like this idea of, you know, you're going in to gather information. You're going in to, you know, figure out what some of these blocks are, and listening will actually get you further than opening your face and saying something. So just being mindful of that. And again, going in with an open heart and an open mind and grace. Okay? So we have abundance. We love that. I love that this is one of your guiding energies, okay? So, I feel like this is talking about there's going to be an openness to the conversation. There's going to be, a lot of information. It's going to be given generously. And I feel like with abundance comes the responsibility of making sure we care for it properly. And we are grateful and respect it. So that's going to be kind of something that we are focused on here. We have the flamingo spirit. And embrace the in-between is the key word. So just like understanding this is a process. We're in a process, and there's going to be, ooh, I love that this is approach is our last one. There's going to be a proper approach in order to get the desired outcome that you're looking for. if you set it up right, there's going to be a lot of really good information that comes your way that you can use to help yourself. And yeah, I'm just feeling really, really good, positive, warm reception, generosity. And I feel like the in-between is basically like there's going to be awkward moments. There are going to be silences, there are going to be awkward moments, there are going to be tears, there's going to be hurt, there's going to be pain. And kind of just embracing those moments and allowing them to be, talking less, letting silence settle in there. Let whoever you're talking to or you're working with kind of like have their own space and give them time to process and to volunteer the information on their own terms, is what I'm saying here, okay? So we have the big house. We have Miss Ida, Empress energy. Father of Coins. Mother of Knives. Bottom of the deck energy is the Two of Knives. Okay. All right, you guys. There's hurt. And I feel like we already kind of addressed this a little bit. There's hurt, there's pain involved here, which with root work, that's often the case. And the pain runs deep, and the pain is, it hurts. It really does. It hurts. And on a deeper level, because again, like these are familial relationships. These are, those grounding energies that start to define who we are and who we develop into as adults in our lives. So, there's going to be some big changes that come out of the information that's gathered here, out of this process in general with the big house. Like this is tower energy right here. So there's going to be something shocking, something difficult that's going to come from this conversation. So be mindful of that. And we have Miss Ida, Empress energy. So this is really about that deeper inner knowing and understanding, and also that there's hidden things here inside of you that will be invoked from the messages, the conversations that you're not going to be expecting. Okay, some quite difficult realizations is what I'm feeling. And then we have the Father of Coins and we have the Mother of Knives. So divine feminine energy, air energy, and I'm feeling like these are representing people. So whether it's your parents or your guardians or your whoever raised you, but a divine feminine energy that's going to have that like Queen of Swords energy. So this person could have strong air sign placements in their chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Otherwise, they're going to invoke these types of energies of this Queen of or Mother of Knives. Logical, reasonable. This person's going to be blunt, straight to the point, doesn't sugarcoat. They're focused, very focused, and can be cold in some ways because they're so logical. So like logic and reason is really how they function. Again, blunt, no sugarcoating. And then our Father of Coins, divine masculine energy. This person will be could have strong earth placements in their chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in an earth sign. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. If not, this person is going to hold these characteristics of this Father of Coins. So this person is going to be very focused on the material world, potentially even have a lot of material wealth of their own, or just like they're that person that's like always working, always has a job, always has a business, you know, somebody like that, like somebody who's always working towards money, working towards money. And I'm just feeling like these characters, these people are either going to be the ones releasing the information to you. Like I said, parents potentially, grandparents, could even be like an aunt, an uncle, somebody like that, sibling maybe. But I feel like the message here is to listen to them with your intuition. Listen to them from the inside out and hold judgment. Do more listening than talking. And just know that there's going to be some pain and hurt on both sides potentially. So we have comfort. I feel like this is like Ten of Pentacles energy, like the ultimate family energy. This idea of comfort. You're going to be very comfortable in this situation. Like, yes, the topics and some of the information that's revealed is going to be uncomfortable, but there's going to be a comfort. You'll have a comfort with the parties involved. Like, it's not going to be a super awkward conversation. Maybe, yeah, I'm just feeling like you feeling comfortable with the people that you're talking to. So we had the lake, which talks about depth. Scorpio energy to me, which I feel like is in alignment with this like almost like dramatic death of one way potentially of thinking or considering the people that you're talking to, or considering what you know about the people that you're talking to. And then we have the sun, so light energy, fiery energy, watery energy, very earthy energy as well, present here. And I feel like the sun is also talking about like shining light on things that were hidden. I feel like it also lightens up the feeling like this. Sometimes when we talk about root work, it feels so heavy. It feels so deep. And it is. But I feel like the sun lightens things up a little bit and gives us a little bit of a different perspective. So kind of be mindful of, you know, if you take something negatively or harshly, just try to think of other ways that you could receive the message. And then we have the black lace agate, find your calm, which I feel like is very much so in alignment with our reading in general. This idea of silence, this idea of embracing those in between, those pauses, allowing for just time to kind of settle in the space, and again, listening more than you're speaking, being respectful of whoever is talking and sharing, and not coming in with any kind of judgments or anything like that as you're going along on this soul-searching journey of your own. And then we have our moonstone, which talks about living in your purpose. So I feel like this is just a reminder of why you're doing this. You're doing this to gain more insight on who you are. You're doing this to be able to have a stronger understanding, again, of who you are as an individual, as a part of the family, and who you are in this universe as well. So just kind of bearing in mind the intent and holding that in your heart space at all times. And then we have cactus, flower, and peony. So we're talking about health, we're talking about endurance, and just knowing that you can get through this. Knowing that, you know, this is about your health, mental health, physical health. This is why you're on this journey. And to keep that why in your heart as you are exploring answers. All right, group number 2, these are the messages I've channeled for you today. I certainly hope these were helpful for you, enlightening for you, encouraging for you. If something did resonate, make sure to drop a comment and let me know what did. Click like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're not already a part of the Kindred family. Would love to have you. Connect with me on TikTok and Facebook. And make sure to check out my Etsy shop. I curate content there for you guys to help you in your spiritual and life journey. I have personal readings and other such content there. So thank you so much, beautiful soul, for your time and your energy today. And I will see you in an upcoming reading. Bye. Hello, group number 3, and welcome to your reading. So we're going to go ahead and flip over your guiding energy today. Stay tight. Adaptation. Ooh, I love it. Change will be better than you think. So that's your guiding energy today. Adapting. So we have completion. Get a good look at that one. We have the vulture spirit. I love the vulture spirit. And the turning points. Okay, lots of change. Enlightening moments. Okay. All right. So now I totally understand why adaptation was your guiding energy. Because we have a lot about change. We have a lot about recycling. Or shedding, releasing energy. And then we have this idea of coming to an end with something, with completion. So let's talk about the vulture spirit. I really love the vulture spirit because the vulture spirit talks about nothing is wasted is the key words for this animal spirit. And to me, the vulture spirit talks about the cycle of life, which is also the turning points energy as well, and completion. Completion talks about an ending, and every ending has a beginning. The turning point talks about a cycle, a new cycle. The snake eating its own tail talks about there's no end, there's no beginning. They kind of all come together in cycles. They return, coming back to a start, the inevitable conclusion, steadily making progress or improvements, releasing what you don't need or what you don't want in your life, and understanding that you're not wasting anything, that negativity is being recycled into something else. So I always like to spend a little bit of time in the vulture spirit. Vultures do not hunt. They eat dead, things that are already dead. And I feel like it's important to mention this because whatever you're going through in your life, whatever experiences that you're going through, the vulture spirit isn't going to get rid of it for you. They are scavengers. You are the lion or lioness of your life. You have to kill it. And once you're done with it, and the lion or lioness releases whatever it is, then the vulture comes and repurposes what would have otherwise been wasted. So just like bearing that in mind and in heart, as well as you're going through this journey, like you have to take the action of releasing it. The lion or lioness or other hunter has to leave the carcass behind and move on before the vulture spirit can come back. So just know that heartbreak, that disappointment, that whatever it is, you have to release that. You have to leave that carcass behind so that the vulture spirit can come and transform whatever that is into something else, and it will be into something positive because it turns into fertilizer for the grass and other things like that. So Just understand that there are cycles to things. There's going to be something really amazing that you're completing now. Some sort of victory that you're receiving. And this ending is going to be the start of something new, okay? So as you're transitioning and adapting to whatever this new thing is, this new energy, this new position or place in your life, just understand that there's some releasing of things that you have to do in order to set this next stage of your life up in a positive way. I'm getting the message for some of you that whatever this last thing that you're finally completing, I'm feeling like it was a really heavy thing. Like, it was a difficult time. Like, it was hard, is the message that I'm getting. And I feel like from that, the message to you is that everything doesn't have to be hard. Just because this one thing was hard, everything doesn't have to be hard. And releasing those limiting beliefs is going to really help you to see things in a different light, to understand things in a different light, okay? And just knowing that you don't have to, it doesn't have to be that way for you. Okay. Bottom of the deck energy is the free man, which is the Fool. Okay, so adaptation as your guiding energy with the free man, the bottom of the deck energy, really speaks to this idea of limitless possibilities. This new beginning is going to be whatever you wish it to be. Whatever you want it to be, that's what it will be. Okay? I feel like, with the free man also, knowing that, because there's a freedom that comes with this completion card. It's almost like a relief you feel as you cross that finish line. And not allowing that to stop there, but carrying that into the next phase here. This idea of freedom, the freedom to choose, the freedom to decide what you want to do and how you want to proceed with your life. It's very empowering and daunting and scary at the same time. So just kind of keeping that in mind, that you are free to choose the way that things go, that things progress for you. So we have the Mother of Coins, we have the Big Queen, and we have the Son of Coins. So just in general, with coins, with the Empress energy, with the Son, with the Mother and Son of Coins, it feels like there's going to be a focus on the earthly plane. So career, money, earthly possessions, ownership, stability, health. That's kind of be the focus right now. Is kind of what I'm getting with all the coins energy and the Empress energy. So there could again definitely be a focus on the earthly planes. I feel like the Mother of Coins is saying you completed something big, and for a lot of you, I'm feeling like it was some sort of career or business goal that you reached. And I feel like the Mother of Coins is saying, okay, now that you've reached that level, now that you've gotten to that point, it's okay to indulge, to enjoy a little bit, to enjoy your time, to enjoy your resources, to enjoy your new title, to enjoy your new house or car, or whatever you just earned. It's okay to enjoy that, to indulge a little bit and take a bit of a break as well. The Big Queen energy, like this Empress energy, really talks about abundance as well. It also talks about planning for the future. And I feel like, again, we're in this place of transition, like setting intentions for the beginning of this next cycle is really important. And then I feel like the Son of Coins is reminding us here that learning and growth, education, broadening your knowledge base, and discipline is still important. And yes, you got, you've reached this fulfillment, this completion. You reached this goal, but that's not it. Like, it's not over. We're not done quite yet here. Okay, so there's still like learning and work and effort to be done. It's just going to be like on something new. This is why I feel like it's the Son of Coins energy, because it's going to be something new for you. This is Page energy. So something that you're not yet knowledgeable about. There's going to be a need for some growth and education and understanding and building of skills in some area of your business, or I feel like it's business, career, something like that. So we have the clear quartz and the phantom quartz, embracing change and getting crystal clear. So change has been a huge topic of ours so far anyway. So I feel like the phantom quartz is really just reiterating that information, reiterating this idea of adaptation, this idea of a turning point and completion, and the free man. Like, I feel like it's just reiterating this idea of change coming. Okay. And then getting crystal clear, which I feel like we've already been talking about again. I feel like these are just kind of reiterating things that we've already been discussing. But again, as you go into this new stage of your journey, just being clear about what you want to get out, how you want it to function, how you want it to work. If it was hard, if whatever you did was really hard, doesn't have to be that this time. Doesn't have to be. You have the power to formulate a desired outcome or the process here. Doesn't have to be the same if you didn't like the way it worked before. So we have magnetism, which talks about attraction. I feel like this is magician energy. When I first saw the card, actually, I thought I saw the word magician, but I didn't. I saw magnetism, which I feel like is related and connected anyway. But this feels very much so like magician energy here. So that just, and with this idea of getting clear, because you're manifesting. You're manifesting. That's the message I'm getting. Growth. So we have plants. The keyword for plants is growth. Very earthy. Feels like the Son of Coins energy, or it just melds really well with that energy. Sowing and reaping is kind of what I'm getting. Fruits of your labor is kind of what I'm getting as well. So I feel like it's very much solely connected to this transitioning from one thing to the next, learning and growing your skills as you go, planting what you want to grow, continuing to grow and learn, and not feel like even though you've made it to a certain plateau or level in your life, you're not giving up, you're not quitting on learning new things and learning more, because it's that growth that's going to help you in the next phase. You ain't dead yet, boo. And if you're not dead, then you should be continuing to grow. Yay. We have Tiger Lily, which is all about security. Right now, we're talking about choosing the safe harbor. So I feel like the free man really talks, there's like a limitless type sort of energy with the free man. And I feel like Tiger Lily is saying, yes, there's going to be a lot of options that are going to be present or available for you. But right now, in this particular point in time, we're taking it easy. You know, there might be other opportunities where we can be a little wild with it. And we also have slow down. So we got stock, which is slow down. The pace must abate before it's too late. So slow it down, take a moment, take a break. It's okay to rest. You just finished something really big, okay? yes, we're planning for the future. We're looking forward, okay? We're figuring out, what do we need to learn next? What's the next step? What's the next phase? We're getting our plan. We're setting up our plan and getting clear on what we want to see, and what we want to manifest, and understanding that this whole thing is change. This whole thing is going to require adaptation. This whole thing is a big change for ourselves. So we're being gracious with ourselves and those around us. We are attracting whatever energy that we're putting out. Whatever plan we put in place will manifest. We want to get really clear on what that is. And though the possibilities are limitless right now, we're taking a moment. We're chilling out, okay? We're choosing a safe harbor right now. We're slowing things down. We're gaining a plan, okay? Especially if you just finished something and you're thinking about rolling into the next thing. No. You need to take a moment. You need to slow it down, okay? You need to rest. You need to enjoy. You need to rejuvenate, restore, revitalize yourself, replenish your stores. And there's also some growth and learning as well that needs to happen before we set out on the next adventure. So lots of really big energy for you today, group number 3. I'm so excited for you for this next phase in your life. But right now you're kind of in the in-between, and it's okay. Lean into it. Don't feel like you need to jump right into the next thing, unless the next thing is taking care of yourself, resting, relaxing, enjoying life, replenishing, restoring, renewing, all of those re-up, okay? I want to re-up right now. That was probably not a very good reference, but we're going to keep on rolling with it, okay? We're revitalizing, replenishing, right now. This is that pausing season, right? So as we're talking about growth, we're talking about plants, we're talking about seasons, you know, there's a time of rest, there's a time of fertilization, and there's a time to plant the seeds. So right now we're kind of in the between of planting and all of that, and we're replenishing some of that nutrients in the soil after our harvest, okay? It's wintertime right now, so slow it down, chill out, rest, renew, all of that good stuff. And as you kind of come out of the resting mode, pick up something new. Learn or advance a skill that is connected to or related to potentially your career, something in career, business, health, wealth, whatever. But we're in winter right now. No more taking on huge big tasks, okay? You just finished something, or you're about to finish something. So now let's take a deep breath and give ourselves time to acclimate, to enjoy the fruits of our labor, and to acclimate to this new phase, I guess, if you will, of our lives. So group number 3, these are the messages that I have channeled for you today. I certainly hope they were helpful, they were enlightening for you. If something resonated, please do drop a comment and let me know it did. Click like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, as well as liking my Facebook page and checking out my Etsy shop, where I curate content there to help you on your spiritual life journey, and connect with me on TikTok and Facebook. So thank you so much, beautiful soul, for your time and your energy, and I will see you in an upcoming reading. Bye.